What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. My name is Mike, aka Operation DX, and welcome to episode number 15 of PlanetBase. And what do you mean power storage is low? We've got one whole full large power collector here. We should be good. It's almost morning. We had to double check there, make sure that we weren't in too much trouble. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit in the previous episode by tearing down that smaller power collector, although that was a mistake. It was a mistake and we had to fix it. It had to be fixed. Wow, we are really cooking through that power. Holy cow. Look at that. Almost halfway down. It was full like when we just looked at it just a second ago. I think we need one more piece of metal to finish off the other large power collector. I think we're good. I think that's the only thing we're building at the moment. Ooh, power storage is critical. I wasn't expecting that. Come on, solar panels, turn around. Turn around. Come on, you can do it. Sunlight's coming out. There we go. They're turning. All right, and someone's bringing the last piece of metal for our power collector. So hopefully we won't have this issue in the next morning time or towards the end of the night. Alright, so during this episode I am going to focus more internally because we do have some additional structures that we have built. So we have, what do we have? We have the large biodome, we have the large canteen, and you know what, I think for external structures, I do still want to build that water tower. So maybe I'll do that right now in the beginning. I like to have that kind of stopgap. Not going to fit here. I was kind of hoping it would. Alright, so maybe we'll have to stick it behind here. Hopefully that won't interfere with the potential of putting up a second mine, because I do plan on doing that. Yes, I do. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Doesn't require all that much metal. 2 metal for the main unit and 1 metal for the connector. So that should be good. Good to go. And then I want to get a second semiconductor processing unit. I couldn't think of the word to use there for that. Alright, so cool. We're good. We got the large power collector. The 3 solar arrays should fill all this stuff up during the day, so we should be good for the power. And then we got 2 additional TVs built, so that should help with the happiness. And we also have some, I keep calling it the wrong thing. I keep calling it colonist housing, but if I click on it, I'll say the proper name. Alright, yeah, so gotta focus on the diversity of plant life in the biodome, so I gotta make sure I kind of stick to my guns with that. And then, you know, put down a food processor. I might actually start working on this processing room, putting some extra processing units in it. Although, you know, it doesn't really need it, but we're probably gonna be letting some extra people into the colony during this episode as well. Since we are going to be focusing internally, I do want some extra biologists to maintain the plants and the synthetic meat machines, and I'm not sure I have enough to do all of that. They're doing a pretty good job of the current biolab, but this other one's a lot bigger and there's a lot more stuff to maintain, so I think that they won't be able to keep up. And especially at nighttime, because it seems like I said during the previous episode, everyone seems to be sleeping at night and they're up and about during the daytime doing all their stuff. So I guess that's just how it's going to be. I don't get my night shift. Alright, so since I've laid out the battle plan for this particular episode, I think you know what time it is. You know, right? You know. Because frick! These episodes are a lot longer than I'm used to, so I gotta have some topics in the brain before I start, you know, getting these videos going and all of that. But you know what, though? In all honesty, I've actually really enjoyed this series, not just because of the game, because I do like this game a lot. I feel like I've had more interaction in the comments than I have with any other series I've done on my channel. And that's kind of why, you know, I question, sometimes I'm getting, I don't know if it's the same commenter, but I've gotten 2 comments now that's like, man, you've got to speed up this series. But why? You know, like, we can talk about new things during each episode. It doesn't need to go super fast. And holy crap, we just got hit by a freaking meteor in a water extractor. That's no good. Since we're about to build stuff internally, that's no good. Ah, man, we gotta get an engineer out on that. Fortunately, that doesn't use spares. Looks like our spares are climbing up too from the previous episode, even though we have just been building and building and building. And you know what? It's okay. My 30 colonists, they got this, because this whole system has been rock freaking solid. We had a couple hiccups, but it's solid. So, like, sometimes taking it easy, taking it slowly isn't always such a bad thing. Why do you always want to hit the fast forward button? You know, it's about the journey. Alright, enough of that. Alright, so it's October, late October, and we are going to be upon the Steam sale very, very soon. So, my question for you guys for this episode, and I probably have more than just one, you were talking about the Windows 10 thing during the previous episode, which I do appreciate, but I got some mixed comments on that. Some said, yes, it's good, my games work good. Some said, no, none of my games work ever on Windows 10. So that's why I'm like, alright, service pack, wait for a service pack or 2. You know, because I'm not sure Microsoft, I don't know, man. It doesn't, sometimes it seems like they don't give a crap about gamers. You know? I don't know. That I could be way off base with that. But anyways, let's rewind. Steam sale. Is there a game that you're looking forward to come down in price so you can pick it up? Like maybe one of these new games, or maybe you had something in your wish list for like a really long time. You've been waiting for like that sale to like come down or whatever so you can pick it up. Cause, you know, I kind of use, you know, do you ever do this? You put like every freaking game that looks cool in your wish list, and then after a period of time, you look back at all the games you put in your wish list, and you're like, this game doesn't look all that interesting. Why'd I put that in there? So delete. Oh man, what's this? Delete. You guys ever do that? I do that all the time. Or how about this? I mean, Steam's the worst, because like during the Christmas sale, sometimes you buy games that you're just never gonna frickin' play, but you're like, oh my gosh, this game is like $3. I gotta buy it. It's $3. So you buy a game, and it goes into the. I actually have a category in my Steam list called the Bin of Doom, and it's it's for all those games that I bought and never played, and it is just the saddest thing, because what a waste, you know. So that's kind of a negative of what Steam brings forth during the Christmas sale. And you know, they do all these things that like kind of pull you in, it draws you in. You know, it's like, oh, if you spend $10, you get this badge and you have this much XP and whatever. And because I've been using Steam for like apparently for more than 10 years or whatever, so I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. I gotta get these cards. I gotta get that. And they have absolutely no meaning, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's very meta. Very, very meta. I wish you could, like, you know, it'd be kind of cool is if, you know, they made like these cards and stuff that you get during the holiday sales and stuff, like a game. Like you can play, like, I don't know, like Hearts, like whatever, like Magic or something, or, you know, like something like that. That'd be kind of neat. That way, you know, I don't know, maybe that's not such a good idea either, because it's to waste more money on crap you don't want. Oh, that's terrible. I have some good games though in my list. It hasn't made it into the bin of doom. But I have some good games that I have not played at all. And then there are games that, like, I've put in like 1,000 hours into, you know? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, what's that one? Like, I can't think of the name of the game at all. It's eluding me. It's like the new Wolfenstein 3D whatever. I can't think of the name of the game. New World Order whatever. Super high ratings, super high like reviews. Like, the game was, I don't know, everyone says it's so great. I've not even touched that game. I've not even touched it yet. I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been like in a certain path with my gaming as far as like, you know, what I've been doing, like lots of survival builders and, you know, that kind of thing. So, and I've been totally like into them. And then, you know, some games you pick back up because some update came along that was like really, really freaking cool. You're like, oh man, that's neat. I'm waiting for something like that for Subnautica. I mean, the whole update for the Seamoth thing was cool, but it wasn't enough to say, oh, I've got to play through the game again. Because what I did with that game is I played through the game. I'm like, okay, this game's freaking awesome. Gotta do a Let's Play. Played all the way through the game again, you know, twice, back to back. Totally enjoyed it. And that game wasn't all that long. There wasn't a super long series or whatever. But, you know, and then the update, you know, the update came along and it's like, oh, that's cool, but there's just no way I'm going to play through this game again, no. I'm not going to do it. No. Alright, so did I ever say this? I'm not sure if I talked about this, but I'm going to say it again. I assume that you guys are mostly PC gamers because you didn't really respond to the console comment. So maybe you're not interested in those, but like I'm totally like kind of geeked a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be because we have so many of these kind of games like floating around and coming along, but No Man's Sky seems pretty legit, you know? It seems pretty cool. Although, I don't know, like after Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, you know, I don't know, I'm really curious. You know, we're seeing some pretty cool stuff with Elite Dangerous with the whole Planetfall thing, and then the little rover thing, and then they got like this gun turret thing on top of it. I just watched this live stream. It was like 2 hours long. Yeah, it was pretty neat. You know, but I don't know if that's gonna like draw me back into Elite Dangerous. I feel like I've kind of had my fill of that game because it got really repetitive. It's like trade. It's like, do I really need this like $450 bajillion ship? Do I really need it? I think I like the one I'm working with. Anyways, all right, so. Finally working in the biolab here, and I'm putting down just stuff that I feel like I haven't put down yet. Someone had said lettuce is important, but I think I've already got corn in the other one. Mushrooms. These trees seem kind of cool, but they almost seem kind of like wasteful. But since my colonists, my plan for my colonists is going to be sort of low, maybe I can put those trees in there and maybe they can be like a supplementary oxygen supply. But it says something like they produce oxygen during the day and then they use oxygen during the night. All right. So since we have added some plants to the big bio lab, I need to bring down some more biologists. So that's what we are going to do. So I set that up. I've got that all figured out now. Like, you can see the little yellow icon there and click it and say nobody comes down or you come down or whatever. All right, cool. So mushroom pad has been built. So I guess that's a low maintenance, low production type thing going on there. I don't know. The lettuce thing. I had to put down the lettuce plants first though. That was a big thing. All right, so there's another thing I want to kind of bring up, I guess, during this episode, since I was talking about the whole Christmas sale thing. All right, and wow, because this video, I don't know when this video is going to come out, if this is still going to be going on. It's going away in exactly 12 hours from right now, and this video is not going to come out for several hours. Ooh, you guys may not make it. You may not make it, but I'm going to bring it up anyways. Did you guys happen to get a chance to check out the humble bump? Did you get to check that out? No, the humble jumbo bundle 5. You can pay like $9 and get a ton of games. Although it's all going towards charity, so I mean, if you actually just paid $9, which it seems like a lot of people paid like less than that. You can see like the averages and stuff below. Kind of sad because it's all for charity, but there's a couple things on there that I was kind of like passively interested in. So, you know, I dropped a few bucks on that. The big thing is if you spend $9 or more, you get spin tires and you get Divinity Dragon Commander. And then I think the basic thing, you can pay pretty much whatever you want. You get Insurgency, you get Men of War, Assault Squad, Game of the Year Edition, and you get Abyss Odyssey, which I have no idea what that is. And then the games in between, if you paid like $6 or more, you get Blackguards 1 and 2. Now, I looked some of these games up on Steam, and some of them did not have good reviews. Some of the ones I didn't know. I mean, I know what Spin Tires is. I know what Divinity Dragon Commander is. I know what Insurgency and Men of War. But I didn't know what Abyss Odyssey is. I didn't know what Blackguards 1 and 2 is. And then there's some soundtracks that come with this. That's always cool, like getting game soundtracks. I've always been a huge fan of game music, of course, because I'm a musician myself, so I totally dig that stuff. And it's always like really inspirational for me because like I hear something, I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. I gotta kind of make something similar, you know? But that's also something I really need to get on top of, is cranking out some more music tracks. Seriously, because I've been slacking hard this year. Last year, man, I feel like I was just jamming them out. Actually, no, you know what? I did pretty good this year as far as the tracks are concerned. As the music goes away abruptly, and it's going to come back in just a second. No, but yeah, I feel like I did okay this year. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I was really down and out for the first like parts of this year, so maybe I didn't do quite as well as I did last year. But that's my goal. Maybe that should be my New Year's resolution for 2016, is to make a whole lot of music. Get into it, you know. And the more I play, I feel like the better I get, kind of thing. I don't know, like. Sometimes, though, if you play too much, like, you get in these ruts where, like, you have too many tracks that sound exactly the same. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. All right, we got some more crew coming down. We have some more crew coming down. How many will it be? 3, 1. So we get 1 biologist. All right, too bad. All right, so we're gonna keep that on biologists for now. And hopefully we get a few more. We'll keep track of that. But yeah, we've got a couple of these little internal areas filled out. The water tower got built relatively quickly, and these plants are going up pretty fast. Although my bioplastic supply is really dwindling at the moment. That's no good. But we do have a lot more plants now that are going to produce that secondary product that is going to allow us to build even more bioplastics, so that is good. The processing lab is going to be up and running full time. That's actually why I built an additional bioplastics processor because we got the new biolab up, and I put down a whole bunch of starchy plants. So hopefully that'll work out. And of course, we have the canteen right next to the biolab, so that should be a good thing. And then we need to lay down the cargo bay somewhere in the vicinity near here. But like I said, I want it to be all kind of like nice and tight, and yeah, like this is gonna be my superstructure. So when visitors come in, I want them to be nice and cozy. And I don't know, maybe I might have to build like a dorm inside of the superstructure, because even though I did build housing for the colonists, they can't use that. They have to use the dorm, and I think my dorms are like both really deep in the colony, so that's something I got to think about. Yeah, that one's like all the way back here next to the processing facility, and then the other one's the original one, and they're coming in from this dock. I guess they don't have to go super far. I mean, they can hit the smaller canteen and then crash out. But like all the good stuff's gonna be up here where we are right now. All the good stuff, like the bar and the rec center and all that. Yeah, it's a better area for the colonists, but you know, I don't know. I gotta make sure it's a good place for visitors. And I've also got to kind of think about security as well. Like our security room is pretty, I don't know, well, it's kind of like a small jet off of the airlock over here. But maybe I should build like a smaller security room and then nix the 2 desks and the armor or the gun locker, and then put that near the entrance of the airlock for where... Wow. So here's a question. So if I get the starport, can I use the other landing pad to allow visitors to come down? I think I can. I think I remember doing that. Yeah. Lots of stuff to think about. Some possible restructuring. I don't know. I think I'm going to build one additional food processor for the canteen here. Like I said, I'm going to have a 3 total. 9 meals. I feel a lot better about that than 3 meals. So here's the information bar about like all the stuff. And one of the commenters was like telling me, is like, why don't you just read that? Why are you asking? Because I like to engage with you guys. That's why I do that. I mean, I'm sure I could just freaking go to Google and I can find this stuff out, but lately I've been playing a certain game that I've mentioned a lot, and I've been kind of lazy about it, and it gives me excuse to engage with you guys in the comments, which is like huge. Like, that's why I'm really enjoying this series, because I'm getting more interaction than I ever have. Even though, I don't know, it seems like viewership is it's getting kind of dwindly for this particular series, and that's why it kind of concerns me a little bit about potentially doing... Oh wow, got 3 biologists that time. Crazy, man. That's a lot. So that's 4 additional. I think that's all we friggin' need. Let's see, how many do we have? We have 10 biologists. I think who's next? Workers? Yeah, I can get the workers so that I can get the mine, the extra mine in here, and then hopefully they'll be working the machines more. That's the plan. I don't know if it's actually gonna work out or not. And hey, look at that water tower. It's doing fantastic. It also gives me a good indication of where I'm at with water, even clicking on that, or any of the water structures. Alright, so let's rewind here just for a second and actually talk about what I was talking about just before the colonists landed. So this is the second comment in a row, like consecutive videos, that I've gotten, hey, I would like you to do the ice planet after you do this one. And Yeah, I've talked about that, how I'd really want to do a channel update and see where you guys are at with that. Now, what's weird is my channel updates, it seems like, you know, those don't get a lot of viewership too. And like, that's where the most input of where my channel is gonna go. I mean, you know, if a majority of the commenters are saying, hey, I want to see this, or I want to see this, or this whatever, that is most likely the direction I'm going to push towards. There are a few exceptions, of course. I mean, when I find a pure gem of a game like Subnautica, I play it and I'm like, it's fantastic. All rules are out the door, kind of thing. But normally, when I do a channel update, it's exactly what it's for. It's so you guys can tell me where you're at. Hey, there's this cool game coming up, and I think it would be really cool if you did a Let's Play series on that. And, you know, sometimes I'm not always in the Let's Play mood either. Like, sometimes I just like to do the quick impression videos and just like go through like a whole bunch of games and that sort of thing, unless I come across something, like I said, like Subnautica or this game like PlanetBase. Dude, I fell in love with this game the second I started playing it. I mean, it really didn't take me that long, and I was like, man, this game is great. I love it. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened here. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to happen or it can't happen. I'm just saying there's so many games that I want to get to. I mean, I was just talking in the previous episode or the episode before, the one where I just went off. I think it's 2 episodes ago. I totally went off about the whole space engineers thing. There's a good chance that there is going to be a proper Space Engineers Let's Play in the near future. And I'm finding that I like to focus on one Let's Play at a time. I was doing some crazy stuff before where I would do like 2 or maybe even 3 at the same time. And that is just a bad idea. Not only is there the whole YouTube burnout factor, which has happened to me several times, because I've gone on more than one hiatus from YouTube because of burnout. I just gotta be careful about that sort of thing. So, also, you know, doing several series at once, you just don't give the proper attention to each game that they deserve to have, kind of thing. And it sometimes kind of translates poorly. And, you know, you sound so tired, you're so burnt out all the time. And kind of like when I did my whole computer build. I mean, some of you guys, you caught on that, like, right away. That episode, I was exhausted. But I tried to bring it. Tried to bring it as much as I possibly could, you know, but sometimes you just can't, you know, you just need to take a break. And I don't want to push to that. I'm still, you know, enjoying myself. I'm having fun. And I don't know what's next for the channel. You know, I'm kind of liking these whole, like, stumbling across random games that are just absolute gems. Now, many would disagree with me that this particular game is a gem, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Would you agree with me that Subnautica's a gem? I think it is. And of course, you know, at this point I have like 220 some hours into that game I keep talking about. I'm sure you guys can figure out what that is. I think I'm gonna do like a video for that game. It's not gonna be there's not gonna be a full Let's Play. Don't worry. Not going to do a full Let's Play of Metal Gear Solid 5. But I want to do like a video of like stuff. Because like I've been doing a lot of stuff in that game and I think it's fun. Alright, so putting down some more plants. We're really kind of filling up this biodome. And I'm really hoping that this doesn't cause an issue with my water. Because, man, it takes a lot of water to make these things maintain. But all we have to do is click on the water tower and see it's draining. It's just like the power collectors. It makes this noise. It's this little kind of like dripping sound. I thought I built... Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm like... I didn't see the extra bioplastic processor. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I built an extra one there. Yeah, so I did that. And I also built the extra semiconductor foundry. So hopefully, when we kind of slow down just a bit... Because we've done that this episode. We've slowed down. But I guess we're going to get back to it now. Building some more dorms. Because like I said, I want to kind of have a proper bed for each of the colonists. That's going to require a lot of these. Because like I said, they only give you 7 beds apiece. So I'm going to have to start thinking about where I'm going to put these. I probably shouldn't be putting them in the superstructure area that I like to call it. But I don't know. I think what I'll do is I'll put like an O2 generator near the security area. And then I'll have like a couple of those jet off from that area. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day and take care.